Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you a Wyrmsworn build in Baldur's Gate 3. This is a modded class and I'm going to be focusing on somewhat of a dragon paladin build. This is an incredible mod made by Echo0000 and they are the creator of the Artificer mod. I think this one is incredibly cool. So this was uploaded October 7th and it's only got about 5,000 downloads. So go download this one. You'll love it. And we'll be going through a full build here. So what the Wyrmsworn does, interestingly and different from other classes, is you can spell cast. So we got choice of cantrips, which I'm going with Shocking Grasp, Ray of Frost, and we can get at level 1, level 3 spells. Now we don't use spell slots to spell cast. We actually use our Dragon's Blood, which I'll show a little bit off with the combat, so you can see how this class plays out. Now, there's 3 distinct subclasses with the Blade of the Worm, which lets us use our Worm Oath to smite. The Path of the Worm, which basically gets to use breath attacks every turn. And the Herald of the Worm, which lets you use a portal that heals you and then you take damage over time. The Blade of the Worm being the cool one that we'll be focused on here to give ourselves that Dragon Paladin style vibe. So depending on what type of Worm Oath you pick, that's going to be your smite damage, and you get your breath attacks. We get a lightning breath attack here, so this pairs well with Tempest Clerics and Storm Sorcerers to be able to deal double damage with Create Water. And yeah, we get a smite attack that deals whatever ancestry type we pick, so lightning damage. This is cool because you can actually make some strong like acid damage builds that I know a lot of people really like. Now, this does give a +3 bonus, so we can take our constitution up very high early in the game, and our strength and dexterity. We don't actually have to focus much on charisma, intelligence, or wisdom. The nice thing about this class is it's focused heavily on using like constitution for spell casting. So we can have our stats somewhat like this. Constitution is going to be the main one for obviously spell casting. However, if you got the Amulet of Greater Health, you can get 23. So you can actually dump your constitution. So I'm actually going to go all in on dexterity and strength, and we'll just dump our charisma there. So you can go 16 strength, 18 dexterity, and then put the rest of the points into wisdom, because this is an important stat for resisting things like hold person. If you don't have the Amulet of Greater Health, go with the 18 constitution, 14 that I showed earlier. But you get a good choice of skill proficiencies. I always like to take persuasion there. And I'll be going through the gear at the end of this video, as well as showing off some combat to give you an idea of how to play this, because it is quite strong, not brokenly overpowered, but it's very strong. So you can see we got a bunch of different class passives. I think that the blood gift here, so the first time you spell cast, you get a Dragon's Blood, which is our resource, so we want that. That's a good choice. The Worm's Might, recover 1 Dragon Blood when killing with Smite, is also a great choice, because we're going to be using both of those. So this is going to help Smites use your Dragon's Blood, so we want to replenish that as much as possible. I'll go over all these because I know a lot of people haven't seen this class yet, but you can restore half your Dragon's Blood on short rest, gain advantage in Constitution saving throws and intimidation checks, deal 1d4, it goes up to 3d8, or 1d8 of slashing, goes up to 3d8 of, with the Dragon Claw or the Dragon Bite, 1d4 or potentially 3d4 later on. Repelling Blast, you can use repel enemies with your breath, or is it repelling breath? Snaring Breath, you can snare enemies. Worm's Instinct, so you can breath attack per combat without using an action point, once per combat, which is cool. You can use 1 Dragon Blood to give advantage to your Dragon's Breath damage roll. You can choose to take 1d4 force damage when you attack to receive a attack and deal 1d8 of your Oath damage. Oath being the choice of damage that you pick, so for us, lightning. Worm's Bloodlust, recover 1 Dragon Blood when killing 2 enemies in the same turn, which is a cool concept. Once per battle, when you fall below 50% health, you can summon a Dragonborn warrior to help in combat. This is a really cool effect because it's summons that are Dragonborns. There's not many Dragonborn helpers in this game, so I think this is awesome. The Focus Fire, when you kill an enemy, you can summon 2 ranged Dragonborns to help with combat. And the Battle Brothers, once per battle, you can become vulnerable to all damage to summon in 2 ranged and 2 melee Dragonborns. There's also resistance. Nearby allies gain resistance against your Oath damage, so whatever damage type, they can get like resistance to lightning damage. Nearby allies get 1d8 lightning damage on their attacks. Nearby allies can fly, and once per combat, after you take damage, heal nearby allies for 1d6 health. And then you can take 1d10 force to give temporary health of 10 to nearby allies, which is kind of a good deal because you can take 1 damage, give your team extra 10 health. Now, at level 2, we get the immunity to fall prone and gain expertise in 2 skills, so persuasion, intimidation being 2 of the best. You also get to pick another spell. I don't really like using Call Lightning because this does require concentration. Fireball can be a fun one. Again, it's high burst damage. Misty Step can be really useful too, so Misty Step could be the choice here. And for our class passive, you get to pick types of weapons that you want to become proficient with. Hand crossbows being a pretty good choice, and then like long swords. You will get a ton of these, so don't worry. Pick the ones that you use most in combat based on your available gear. Now we get an ability score improvement or alert feat here, so I'm going to take up our dexterity to 20. Higher dex allows us to have higher armor class, so that's why we're going that route. Once per combat, when an enemy hits you, they may be turned, and once per turn per enemy, when you deal damage, you deal additional 1d4 of lightning damage. Huge. We also can pick another cantrip here, and another spell with more choices like Cone of Cold at level 5. Crazy. So 8d8 cold damage. Massive. And we get to pick some more choices for weapons, so we'll just go with that there. And then at level 6, we get 2 more passives, which is huge. So I really like restoring Dragon Blood on short rests. That's super useful. And then Focus Fire, when you kill an enemy, you can get 2 ranged Dragonborn. That's pretty useful too, so we're going to pop that in because that can help out in turning the tides of battle. At level 7, we get to see up the dark vision 24 meters, and we get to see invisibility. Enemies may be frightened. Once again, if the enemy's frightened, they cannot be frightened again, so potentially turn an enemy frightened. And advantage on wisdom saving throws, so we won't get hit with hold person as much. Really nice. We also get to choose another spell here, so something like Fireball can be pretty useful, or Wall of Ice if you want to go crazy with your damage. I really like Wall of Ice. And then pick 2 more types of weapons, so longbow's not bad, short swords, rapiers, whatever you want for your weapon choice. At level 8, we get a new feat, so obviously we can go higher into dexterity, or higher end in strength if we'd like to. The alert feat also works great, so +5 to initiative, can't be surprised. I also like to take Great Weapon Master too, so that's another choice. At level 9, we get immunity to lightning damage, which is huge, and we can fly, so nice. We also get another cantrip choice and another spell, so this is when we can take something like Fireball, I guess, or Chromatic Orb. If you want, you can do Call Lightning, but I feel like we have better damage options. And then you get to choose another type of weapon proficiency there, so that's cool. I like that. At level 10, we get 2 more passives, so yeah, good choices we got. I think that it's best to go with like repelling breath, which is good to push enemies back, and then you can use the breath attack once per combat without using an action point, so you get a free pushback, which is extremely useful. You could also go with some of the options here, like Last Stand, giving you a Dragonborn Warrior to help you take aggro. Battle Brothers is fun, but vulnerability to damage is tough, taking double damage. And then you can even add additional damage to your allies. This can set up some cool builds if you got gear that sets up with lightning damage or cold damage. At level 11, once per game, you can channel the Breath of the Great Worm to your Sworn Oath. And once per combat, when you fall down, restore 5d20 health. Pretty good, not gonna lie. Then we also got Chromatic Dragon Smites, or whatever type damage you want. And subclass features, your smites always deal maximum damage. So this gets crazy. You'll see. It's absolutely nuts. But you paid the blood price by losing half your dragon blood. So, yeah. At level 11, we do get a kind of a debuff, but the damage output is incredible. And for the spell slot selection here, it's always good to have a mid choice, so like Glyph of Warding. Counterspell can be good. If you want some crowd control, Confusion can be nice. It doesn't require concentration in this version. Or you could take like a Wall of Fire. Luke's Freezing Spear. Just depends, because this will use up your spells. I do like Command too. Command can be really useful. And then we'll take another type of choice for what we're going to get for our weapon proficiencies. And then at level 12, get another last spell. So even Elemental Weapon can be pretty nice. Confusion. Ice Storm can create some icy surfaces, which is very nice. And for our feat, Great Weapon Master just works really well if you're using a two-handed weapon. However, Dual Wielder if you're not. If you're going to use 2 weapons. And then even like the Actor perk can be good for proficiency if you want to talk to people more. Yeah, you got a few different choices here if you want something a bit different. And if you got any other mods that add different feats, you can go with those too. But I like Great Weapon Master. +5 to damage, -5 to attack rolls. But yeah, what this looks like is we got our Dragon Breath there. We got 14 Dragon's Blood to use on spells. So like Cone of Cold. We can fly around. We got our Smite here, which can do upwards of +56 damage. Crazy. So that's up to 98 damage and more if we have Create Water set up. So even using the Wave Mother's Robe can be a good choice for gear. I like the Helldust Gloves, Evasive Shoes, Cloak of Protection, Mask of Soul Perception, Killer Sweetheart, Ring of Protection, Amulet of Greater Health, Hellrider Longbow for +3 to initiative. I like the Sword of Chaos, but you can also go with the Sword of Baldurin. That's another really powerful choice, probably the best in slot weapon if you want to maximize your damage, because this can double strength modifier on hit. So pretty huge. If you want to go with a weapon, go with the Viconia Walking Fortress Shield. And then for our armor, I was just using this for the aesthetic purposes, but you can go with, like, obviously the armor persistence, 23 armor class, pretty nice, but armor of agility will actually give us a higher armor class because we have high dexterity. So that's the reason I went with high dex. And you also can stealth and get +2 to saving throws. Balldist armor is nice too if you want to take like the Nyrulna and focus on piercing damage. So you can go a few different routes. The Helldesk armor can't even get you as high of armor class as armor of agility can. So that's why I went that route. I think that this is probably the strongest way to go about playing this. And I'll show off what this looks like in terms of combat too. We'll go and get a combat encounter going on. We've got all of our passive set there. So let's leave camp. I'll solo this group of enemies here. It's pretty fun. I think that this class is really strong. So we'll just run out and get into a combat encounter. I also recommend having the Cheeky Quasi to start combat with. That can be pretty fun too. But yeah, we're going to want to smite a lot. That's big, our biggest damage option for sure. If you have someone that can also give you some extra attacks, that's also huge. Or if you have someone that can set up Create Water, that's huge too. I also like the Giant form, so this is nice from the Baldur and Giant Slayer, so you can go into combat all beefed up and ready to rumble. So yeah, we're going to get right into things here. We don't have enough movement speed to get in and damage them, but that's what we got spells for. So Wall of Ice being a pretty nice concentration to be able to just screw up their day. So you can start, you can go with the Wall of Ice there and set that down right in front and just boom. We'll just set that down there. Wall of Ice, save failed on the ice, so you can knock them prone too. This is a really useful spell, and the fact that you can get it at level 5 is just crazy. So we also got Misty Step and Fly for mobility. They're going to make their way out. He's going to run to the corner because his AI got all glitched. But what's nice about this class is you got the option to damage with your like smite attacks, and you can spell cast too, so it's pretty fun. Their AI is all broken right now because I put that Wall of Ice down. But I was able to take her out, so that's nice. And then we can make our way flying to... I'll use fly to get up here. Hopefully they don't try to shove me, so we'll just fly up. And I guess I can try to damage them with some spell. Target's blocked, of course it is. So that's unfortunate, but I can't even hit her with this. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but I was hoping to be able to do some damage. We'll see. Maybe I can... There we go. Oh, that hit the door. Of course, miss. So we'll just let them do their AI thing. So they might run out into the ice. Yeah, they really don't know what to do with an ice wall in front of there. So darkness, that's fine. And then she's just going to stay there. I might have to just break my concentration somehow. Because they're not going to come out here into the ice. So I don't think I can even teleport in here. So no, I can't. We'll just make our way out of here, fly over to the other side, and yeah, Wall of Ice is probably not the best choice for just setting up and attacking because they don't want to make their way out, and I don't blame them because there's some crazy person outside waiting to attack. So I'll end my turn here. I won't even spell cast. We'll see if, yeah, they're just gonna, their AI is broken right now. Wall of Ice is good if you can set it up in a proper place, but yeah, I broke their AI with that, so I might just end the concentration. So boom. Wall of Ice is over, and now I'm bringing the pain, so I guess I should fly in there so I don't trip on the ice. That's the beauty of flying around. And then we'll show them what a Holy Smite can do. So we got 9 Dragon Blood, so we'll go with the level 3 one, which can give an extra 32 damage from lightning, and we'll smite them. Boom. Huge lightning damage, and it hits an area effect too, which is crazy. And then as a bonus, we can also smite again, so I don't even know if I need to do an upcasted version, but we'll go with that anyways. Boom, Executioner, critical hit, took them out. And then, ooh, might be able to make our way there. Bonus action attack, not enough movement. We're just at the very edge of hitting her, and I hit the floor, crap. So she's, yeah, going to use Beckoning Darkness. We're huge, so we can just run around dealing extra damage. And Darkness, that's fine, she ran out of it, so that was a horrible play. We'll make our way over to her and give her the Smite. We can also do Dragon's Breath, which has a huge knockback too, so that's nice. If you can set that up to knock someone out, it's actually pretty fun to use. So yeah, we got a Lightning Bolt too, so we can use our Lightning Bolt, boom, and then use the Dragon Breath free cast. So boom, hit her with that, knock her back, and then bonus action we could teleport if we really wanted to, and then use, I guess we'll just end our turn there. So That's good. She took extra damage and she was bone chill. That's fine. We're not phased. She's just running away because she's afraid of us, and then we'll fly our way in there and finish her off. So, yeah, this is pretty fun and easy to use. So, I don't even think I need to go with that. I can just go into weapon attack and bonk. She's done. Hit hard. Now I'll show it off against the guards. Now for my next trick, we have a helper here with Shadowheart doing a create water. If you upcast this, this can literally soak everyone, and that's what we want. So we'll go ahead with that, create water. We got the whole squad wet here, that's fine. You can also add in the Gaunter Mail Bow here. That's another option if you want to add haste to yourself, which can become pretty strong. So we'll just go here, apply that concentration, and then we'll go back into turn-based mode. And basically what we want to do is a Cone of Cold that's going to wipe everyone out. You can't, with a concentration, use Wall of Ice, but we don't have too many concentration type spells, so that's nice. So we'll just move right here, and then boom, we'll probably wipe out most, if not everyone. Okay, we can hit, you can hit everyone here. Hopefully this will take them out, and see you later. Creates a huge ice surface too, so yeah, that took out a lot of enemies. That's crazy. And then if we want to follow it up, they do lose their wet, and they're also frightened now because we dealt a lot of damage. We can do a fireball and then create a nice surface again in a moment. But Cone of Cold being probably our best damage option is not a bad one because this hits in a huge cone. So that took them out, and then we got our Dragon Breath, which can knock some enemies flying. We'll just try it. We're probably going to... I hope I don't fail that. We'll land. We're good. Cool. And then we'll use this to push them off the cliff. So that did knock them out, but it took one of them out. And the other one's knocked prone. So pretty good. And then we can Misty Step our way out of here too. So got a lot of options. This create a big ice surface here. So that's the benefits of using Create Water, because you can just set up and make the battlefield a living heck for your opponents. And you can also just set back up with another Create Water if you want. I'm just going to end Shadowheart's turn there. We're strong enough to take on all these guards, but yeah, our health's getting kind of low. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, that took them out with the lightning damage they took from the lightning water. And Mass Cure Wounds, that's nothing. We're going to deal a lot of damage. We still have our double attack, so we also create Unstable Blood, so we don't take any damage from that. Really nice. And then we can go ahead and drop like a fireball or something. Just basic spell there. Boom. That dealt a little bit of damage, and that created a lightning water, so that's fine. We'll just move into that. And then we got our free cast here, which still works, surprisingly. So we can go ahead with like an upcasted. I don't know if this will... This probably ends up using the Dragon's Blood. We'll move slightly here. And, oh, I need to move this way. We'll use our lightning bolt, so... That hits both of them nice, so this should hopefully take them out. Took one of them out. He got hit pretty light. So, yeah, we also got our ranged companions. So we took out an enemy. We can summon in 2 dragonborn. So that's the cool part of this, is we now have these that'll help out. We're doing pretty good in this fight, actually. And then they're going to attack them. That's fine. Dashing is a strange option for choice. We'll just pause this. And since we're immune to lightning damage, this doesn't really bother us too much. Oh, I got hit by... the mother brains. We lost our 2 actions and lost our command. We lost our control of our haste, so that kind of sucks. And then to finish them off, if you got any type of thing like the oh, we're getting mind broken again. Unfortunately, we got stunned. I was going to say we could use Mind Blast to hit both of these. I should have just stayed there. So here we go. We're going to finally use our Mind Blast, which take out everyone in the area. And then for our final trick, we're just going to move our way over here and use a simple level 4 smite to finish off the last one. Can't even. We'll just use a smite to finish them off. So boom, that is the Wyrmsworn. Very powerful class in Baldur's Gate 3. Just want to showcase this by Echo000. They did a great job with this mod, and it's a lot of fun to play around with, so I encourage you to give this a download. You can see the effects are pretty widespread. So yeah, that is the Wyrmsworn. Thank you so much for watching. Consider giving a donation to Echo000. They made the Artificer mod and this one. Incredible mods, and I think it's a really great class. So yeah, hit that subscribe button below if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.